Sorry for that, guys. I'm just trying to get it to the right spot. Alright, so we're back with another video, and I'm going to go through minerals, which is ES5. Everybody should be on page 17 in the packet. And again, we have the objectives, vocabulary, don't worry about that. We're going to start with the fill-ins on page 17. So question number 1 says, minerals make up what? The rocks. The answer is, of course, rocks. Minerals and rocks are, there's a really vague question. The answer is natural substances. Number 3, minerals can be identified by their blank and blank properties. We're looking for chemical and physical properties. Chemical properties would be things like does it react with acids? Physical properties would be anything like streak tests or hardness or cleavage tests that we've done over the last week. Number 4, minerals are important to human blank and blank, and the answer there is society and industry. Yeah, I know some of these fill-ins are really vague and they're tricky to figure out. Just do the best you can. Number 5, the major rock-forming minerals include, well, that would be quartz, feldspar, calcite, and mica. Number 6, the main elements in the Earth's crust are oxygen, silicon, aluminum, and iron. You recall that we talked a lot last week about oxygen, silicon. It makes up 75% of the Earth's crust. Number 7, the most abundant group of minerals are the silicates, which contain silicon and oxygen. Do you remember how we made up the silica tetrahedra last week, and we linked them together to make various silicate structures? All right, if there's no question about page 17, then let's go on to page 18, and that's got the fill-in-the-blank questions. On page 18, you see the Mohs hardness scale that we went over last week. And the first question says, which conclusion be made based on the information in the chart? As you go down the chart, minerals get harder as you go to higher numbers. So the only one that makes sense is answer J. Gypsum is going to be harder than talc. Question number 2 is an interesting question. It says the chart shows the Mohs scale for measuring the hardness of minerals. A mineral that can scratch fluorite and be scratched by feldspar is able to do what? All right, so the first thing you got to do, and this is a two-part question, is you got to figure out which mineral will scratch fluorite and will be scratched by feldspar. So the mineral that's between fluorite and feldspar is apatite, which is number 5. So then you got to figure out, what will apatite do? Will it scratch both calcite and quartz? No. It'll scratch calcite but not quartz. Will it be scratched by both? No, that doesn't work. Will it scratch calcite and be scratched by quartz? Yeah, because it's in between those two minerals. So the correct answer should be C there. Number 3, which of the following properties refers to the powdered liver color power resulting from rubbing a mineral against a harder surface? The answer is J, the streak. And we did, that was our first lab that we did with color, streak, and luster. Number 4, which of the following minerals when in the form of sand can be used to manufacture glass? And the answer, of course, is quartz. Quartz shares many of the properties I mentioned in class that you can melt quartz down to get glass. Number 5, we never talked about, this is another one of those thought questions. Again, seeing a lot more of them. It says cyanide, quartz, and calcite may be, cyanide, quartz, and lucite, may be grouped together because they all contain what? You don't need to know anything about those. And in fact, they are going to find ridiculous facts like this to throw at you on the test. All you got to do is look in the parentheses and say, oh yeah, the elements in common are silicon and oxygen. Oxygen is not listed as one of the answers, so it's got to be J, silicon. Number 6, the density of a mineral is determined by its mass and volume. Again, this is another density question. You just got to know that concept. The next one, what property is shared by many gemstones such as diamonds, rubies, emeralds, sapphires, and topaz? The answer is A, extreme hardness. That's why we value them. They tend to stick around so long. Which mineral is easily identified by smell? The answer is J, sulfur. What mineral is known as fool's gold? The answer is pyrite. We've been over that. Number 10, the mineral in the above table that has a blue color and will scratch garnet. All right, now this is tricky. There's none of them are listed as blue, right? All right, so you need to go off of hardness. And the only one that's going to be harder than garnet, okay, is going to be D, topaz. And if you look, topaz occurs in various colors. Could be blue be one of them? Sure. All right, at the bottom of page 19, you see the ore minerals, and what we're asking you to do is fill out the element that is in those ore elements. So we're going to skip that. Magnetite and hematite, the main ore is iron. In galena, it's going to be lead. Sulfur is also considered an ore mineral. And I messed up bauxite. I didn't give you the elements. It should be aluminum. Halite is sodium and chlorine. And sphalerite is zinc and sulfur. And that finishes up ES5. So again, I hope this video has been helpful to you.